came from out cold. Take one. I came up and hip out the hard way. I practiced my artistry all day. Yeah, that nigga called what they all say. When I used to spit flows in the hallway. Ain't no question regarding my forte. Manifesting the verse was like horseplay. With a clarity close to the 4K. Nothing less than a god MC ordained. It was all types of things on the floor, man. In the life that a young player portrayed. Ventured into the industry foray. Wasn't sure it was for a G per se. But I knew making music was my thing. And when they was getting bread out the dope game, I was up in the studio, no change. Any other lifestyle seems so strange. And I would never throw salt on your name if you'd rather be pirates and gang. Lord knows a nigga pay dues with pain, but it ain't never been no shame in my lane. With an attitude like fuck what they think, and that I had to do until some shit change. A lot of gratitude to who paved the way. Truth is that the whole thing's a phase. Who's to say that the phase ain't a lifetime? Summer days when it rains to the nighttime. Blowing J's with my girl while I write rhymes. She break me off something tight at the right time. But ain't no hitchhiker's guide, ain't no guidelines. Ain't no one to confide in the sidelines. Players ain't gon' complain and they don't cry. One thing about the game, it's a long ride. Let me tell you how the timelines align. Went to California, then I went to NY. Hollywood kitchen sink with my one guy. Really great DJ Quick Compton was live. Brand new J7s on the nigga feet. TKO had some beats that was heat. Hotel room writing flows with a freak. I'ma tell you what it been like. NY, maneuver through the 5 boroughs. Manhattan skyline, top of the world. Raw hole, socio, dynamite too. 3 up, all the shit that we was into. When I got introduced to the GM, never crossed my mind I might meet him. Studio in the Bronx to the AM. That's where I got my grandmaster training. He challenged me to be a greater MC. Showed me how to be the artist haters envy. Make a hit using nothing but an MP. Flash is fast, flashing no fool. One thing that I learned in the NY, go hard in the paint, you could get signed. It's a big world out there, you inside, but you could gonna make it happen if you inspired. Jet planes in the sky, it's cool sometimes. If your loved ones waiting when you touch down. Some cities so lonely from the sun down. Now a J to the stand in the D first. Sometimes I might tell it all to you reverb. Make a long story short, it's about thirst. If you a go-getter, you gon' have to get it first. I've been somewhere everywhere, spinning airfare. Pretty women here and there, nigga, hell yeah. Made a living in the business, Hollywood glare. Malibu, Calabasas, I've been there. Skyport, city star, they know who you are. When you walk through the door, wide open arms. Where the stars stay out the whole day long. And the moon show up before the sun down.
Y'all got me battling the male Candace Owens. I just want everybody to know, I didn't want to do this. Oh my God. It's crazy because I tried to give respect to this weird ass nigga, but he kept disrespecting me like I'm somebody you could just play with like that. We all know in real life I fold that little punk ass nigga up like a fucking lawn chair. Bootlicker, huh? Yeah, I said fuck your mother. If I was Nims, your mother's a gunther. I roll your kid in the ball and punter. On my gorilla, king of the hill, beat you like Dilla. Alien sent here to kill a pillar. Most death ain't gon' ride with him. This weak nigga probably explode in a pink glitter if I hit him. This old Antoine Dotson ass nigga tryna bid. Now you gotta hide your wife, hide your kids. Speaking of kids, I heard you raping everybody out here. Fucking perv, the fucking nerve. Was up in herb when this fucking nerd want to purge. That's a fact bar. A whole group with most death, but still ain't a black star. This ain't beef, the chop squeeze is chopped cheese. Quali screaming out Yasin and I fleas. Send them to God, you'll be y'all seen. If I'm mean, pack him up. Now he's some bomb weed from my tree. If I could reach in your soul, I pull out a bitch. Like Granny when she pissed off, we pulling a switch. Your ass thought he could get fly, just to get fried. I don't let shit slide. He made just to get by, just to get by. Think I'm a pimp cause I beat a whole punch of chest. You'll see my knuckles through the other side like pizza dough. Coming for the bread, I'm a lyrical killer. I pay for a feature, that just mean money on your head, nigga. This shit got odd fast for your odd ass. If I'm mad and I spaz, I'ma put more paws on him than the Mason Cam podcast. Got a gun, but he probably a faint if I flash. Running around with guns like ISIS, leave you iceless. This chain was 50 grand, but the look on his face priceless. I throw this right at the fake right, just duck or you falling. If I knock a conscious nigga unconscious, what do you call him? A gift certificate for lives, I get your guy caps. Call the bullets R. Kelly, can you survive that? You the prey, I'm the hunter, I want you under. They'll find Brenda's baby in the dumpster. And slide fashion, I slide past them and sidetrack them. Snatch the blunt right out your fucking hand, I'm hijacking. Slay a liar till they retire, your mother should've swallowed you. Guess that's what I get for not aiming higher. Open your mouth next time, Brenda.
Sheesh. It's mean. Man, that nigga's a bitch. For real. So.
From the gamer's chair to the producer's chair.
Vaya quiero yo ir a hacer fiesta en la playa y comerme un lechón con congrí. Oh, Miami is where I wanna be, underneath all that sunshine, chilling on the beach, feeling free. Now you can catch me in Miami on a scooter looking for a mami chula to go on a aventura with me from Key West to Cuba on a jet ski, stress-free, enjoying la locura. Cuban link, self-made, baby, I don't need a jeweler. Nothing's cooler than the calm breeze under a palm tree. At ease with my inner peace, deeper than Gandhi. Sipping Don P on the beach with a blondie. Mommy got me feeling like I'm Mr. Briganti, word Carlito. I wanna chill on the D-Lo, switch stilos, no longer deal with them kilos. Turn Wajito, do it like them three amigos, open up a Gucci frito with Corey and Guillermito. Soy Latino, puro cubano from the island facts. Like Joe Montana, little Havana got my back. Hialeah, Cal City, open like a blah. Overtown, little Haiti, baby, where you at? I wanna drink and get till I die. Miami, while I'm feeling the ocean breeze. The most beautiful muchacha. Miami, dancing the night under those palm trees. Yeah, I'm on the I-95 with some time to play. On my way to South Beach, trying to find a way. Miami, here I come. Yeah, Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, the county a day. I gotta check my homies from around the way. Miami, here I come. I got a fist full of dollars, drop top, new Impala lipstick on a collar from the groupies trying to holler. Cuban link, still a leader. All the senoritas follows from that real good girl to that hood muchacha mala que la
What up, though, Lil Dready Boy? Yeah, we had a little bit of
and even then you see the conga line.
We in the motherfucking building.
Fireworks
What up,
going
though,
over
Chris
no
George? What up, though, D.
It could be
Cochran?
swimming in the
We got
past of
Staten Island, Tucson, Arizona in the house. We got motherfucking Canada in the house, Detroit in the building. We got the whole world hip-hop, baby.
Call a cat, hit a club, live, parties never die. I'm from NY, but Miami's like my second home. It's set in stone from my heart to my flesh and bones. The record shown I'm that Marielito that set the tone. From rap to reggaeton, the realest Cuban never known. I wanna drink and get till I die. Miami, while I'm feeling the ocean breeze. I'm feeling the ocean breeze. The most beautiful muchachas. Miami, dancing the night under those palm trees. Yeah, I'm on the I-95 with some time to play. On my way to South Beach, trying to find a way. Miami, here I come. Yeah, Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, the county a day. I gotta check my homies from around the way. Miami, here I come. fiesta en la playa y comerme un lechón con congri. Oh, Miami is where I wanna be.
Firing up the ganjas and drinking OEs. Yeah. Hey, y'all ready for this? Yo, y'all ready for this? Yo, what up, though? What up, though? Yo, what up, though? To my nigga Caution, what up, though? To all my niggas in the house, what up, though? Yo, here it is. I'm getting hot in my hood, no doubt. Drink Guinness stout, watch the sunset, keep the hoes wet. Drop top convertible vet, coming through like a bat out of hell. Crash my shit like the trail spree well. Same song, different story, no joke. Cause I ain't Joe Tory, my territory is ill like that. Niggas kill like that. Apartment 3, blaze gang, keep it real like that. Microphone check, enough respect when I'm pulling out my 30-round tech. You should've kicked down my cash with your punk ass. Armageddon, amen. See all my niggas united, we keep these hoes excited. Player haters not invited in my domain. Peace to all my niggas locked down, ball and chain. I keep it hot like weed spots, so send it to Burley Gang. Now what you wanna do? Cause some of you niggas are bitches too. I represent my west side and my east side crew. So fuck Cristal, we drink brew, ho. What up, though? To all my homies at the liquor store, what up, though? To all my dogs at Belial, what up, though? To all my homies at All Stars, what up, though? To all the hookers at Brass Keith, what up, though? Detroit City, what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What? Just watch your back at all times because Detroit streets are full of crime. And everybody ball at Northland Mall. Spend 100 here, G there. But niggas beware, cause Highland Park is the spot. Niggas don't play fair. Live in corrupt, stick you for a bird and a half. I crack a 40 ounce, walking down Dexter Ave. Detroit's the shit. Young niggas walking their pits. Step in the Brass Key. Ghetto queen shaking them hips. Too many popos at fofos that hit loose deli. Call up a trick on the celly and run game heli. We bang women like we used to. Every day we get paid. Peace to my dogs in the Brewster projects. Best to duck from the fucking flying objects. When they jet, won't be no fingerprints or suspects. Barbecue blaze by the PA. 7 Mile dogs in their face get paid for days. Got much love to the biggest smile in the city. My homies, they make my sconies. What up, though? To all my homies in Southwest, what up, though? To all my dogs in Inktown, what up, though? To all my hoes on the east side, what up, though? To all my dogs on the west side, what up, though? Detroit City, what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Yo, I'm just your broke petty nigga from around the way. Slang a little bit of dope, clock a G a day. Mama looking at a nigga like you lost your mind. You remind me of your daddy back in '69. The sun don't shine, spinning G's down at the grind. I'm just a city cat, pushing a convertible light. Me and my homie Norm, blue back, cruising down Mac. Ain't nothing changed, homie. Brothers frontin' like they don't know me, cause they owe me the pesos. Don't make me catch a case, hoes, mad fiends. I clock greens by all means, my niggas pulling their pistols from their Tommy Hill jeans. Crack a 40 ounce and bounce, smoke up an ounce. Big booty chicks walk around through Greek town. I keep my city live. Detroit the storm survived when niggas used to beatbox back in '85. Nigga, what up, though? To all my homies on the east side, what up, though? To all my dogs in you win, what up, though? To all my homies in apartment 3, what up, though? To all my dogs on the west side, what up, though? Detroit City, what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? To all my dogs in New York, what up, though? To all the niggas in Atlanta, what up, though? To all my homies in Cali, what up, though? To all the niggas in Tennessee, what up, though? To all my dogs in Chi-Town, what up, though? To all my niggas in Ohio, what up, though? To the niggas in the dirty side, what up, though? Magi, what up, though?
What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast, the hottest #1 podcast based out of Detroit, Michigan. And now, with your hosts, J Gutta, Brother King X, Blatonio, Todd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff. We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or two, maybe grab a brew and a snack for you, and leave behind your attitude and get ready as we snap into the Hood Smoker Podcast.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? I hope you can hear me now. Christopher Jordan, what up, though? D. Cochran, what up, though? I see you, Lil Dready Boy, in the fucking chat right now. Happy birthday to the homie, Brother King X. That's what I was saying. Yesterday, technically, was his birthday. He'll be joining us here in a minute. But anyways, but it's a birthday weekend. I mean, I know motherfuckers that celebrate birthday months. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it's our first episode. Man, my beard, I got to shave. Gonna be clean shaved here in a minute, but this is my winter cut. We in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? It's cold. You know what I'm saying? Much love, Staten Island in the building, Arizona in the building, Detroit in the building, Canada in the building, the whole world in the building. Hip hop, baby. Tonight we got Lil Dready Boy. Shout out to Lil Dready Boy. Go down there in the link, check out his music. We gonna play a little something. You know what I'm saying? We celebrate all genres of hip hop here. You know what I'm saying? All genres, all elements, everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit, what up, though, Drill Jackson? Yeah, gang. Gang, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I'm a little bit smoked out right now and a little bit under the weather. Hopefully it ain't one of these 20 new variants of the COVID. You know what I'm saying? But let me stop right there before they take me down. If you want to hear about Gutta and what I think about the motherfucking pandemic and COVID, go check out the Street Reporter. The playlist is on here. There's over 200 videos during lockdown. I was out there on the streets of Detroit showing what was really going on. Go check it out. It's on this channel on the Hood Smokers Podcast. Also check out Brother King X, Knowledge with Brother King X, and check out Telefib, the People's Parody. You know what I'm saying? Talib, if you watching this, see you, homie. We see you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But, yeah, happy birthday, Brother King X. That's what we gonna do right now. We gonna play a joint by Brother King X right here. We played one at the other one at the beginning, but it was all, I mean, everything. We smoke a lot of weed over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but we do. I'm not sorry. But, and we got some funny shit we could talk about a little bit later if we want to about it. But tonight we celebrating the homie Lil Dready Boy, you know what I'm saying? We're going to find out about him, how he got started in the game. But right now, happy birthday to Brother King X. Let me play this joint called The Greatest. Make sure you check it out. The link's pinned to the top of the chat. Let's run these numbers up. Let's get it, Brother King X. Right now, you see, he got all the equipment. He a professional, you know what I'm saying? He got all that shit. I can tell he know what he doing and shit. He's just working on the boards. I see he still got the boards, you know what I'm saying? He really out here working. Yeah, we can hear. Yeah, it's a little bit distorted, fam. Hold on, I'm gonna play one of your tracks. Summer Recap. All right. Summer Recap right here. Lil Dready Boy, he getting this shit right. Let's go on the Hood Smokers Podcast. Let's go.
Better.
It ain't playing. I don't know why the music ain't playing.
It takes me. It's a little intro for it. You know, it's supposed to sound
Oh,
like.
we can hear you now. I can hear you.
It's supposed to change my camera angle. You know.
No doubt, no doubt. Welcome. Lil Dready Boy in the building.
Yeah, man. I'm honored, bro. I'm honored. I've been watching you guys do up there. You know, a huge fan of the culture, man. It's playing. That's the beginning of it. It's supposed to sound like a tape, like if someone to change it. If people make that noise so much.
Right, yeah. And I can tell, like, dog, like, your love for music and shit. Like, I can just tell by, because I follow you. I mean, you've been on my Facebook for a while, a long time and shit. We chopped it up before and shit. So it was a long time coming and shit. So I'm glad we got you on. Can you hear me good? I can't hear you right now.
Yeah, I got an echo here, man. I don't know what's wrong.
Here we go. We can hear you when right there, like when you. But Christopher Jordan said, "What up, though?" Shout out to Christopher Jordan, Staten Island in the building.
Got an echo.
Got an echo.
Yeah, I got an echo. Yeah, so I'm running everything through my.
Yeah, you got
So
all
I
the
can
equipment.
minutes after it comes through. Okay, I see what's going on. Let's see. All right.
Yeah. We had a little bit of technical difficulties.
All
It
right.
showed up last week, shit.
Yeah. Now there's no echo. It was coming through on the YouTube channel too. Yeah, I don't got that, none of that going on now. I muted in on my side, so I think we got it, you know.
All
You
right.
see my little setup, this kind of my little place where, you know, I work over my ideas and shit, man. So, I live in some little shithole town down in the bottom of Illinois, like almost outside of St. Louis a little bit. So I kind of grew up, you know, with all that St. Louis influence and stuff, you know, and, you know, kind of looking over there to see what they were doing, you know, and trying to emulate that in the house parties and shit that we were doing over here in the little college towns and shit like that. And you know, as I got more into it, you know, I just started looking a little bit past my own horizons, man, and started realizing there were other places where I could go out and try to do that kind of stuff, man. And,
So
you
you
know,
travel a lot. You get around a lot. You go to a lot of cities. Been a lot of
yeah,
places.
this summer. Yeah, I played somewhere different every weekend from March till the end of last month. Yeah. So, man, I fucking get it in. So I was in St. Louis doing like a little drill music. My buddy Drill Jackson, you know, he sends me some material. You know, that's my ear to the ground. You know, so we team up on some of that kind of stuff. Like for the comedy shows, I do like black comedy shows and shit like that. Man, I speak the language. You know, I get out there. You know, and sometimes they take a look at you. They think, man, who the fuck is this dude? You know. But once I get up there, you know, and get set up, man, and I can show them that I know what the hell I'm doing, you know. It's pretty much, you know, it's guaranteed a callback every time, man. So
That's what's
I
up.
watch. I just kind of look for
Shout out
events
St.
that,
Louis. I see Drill
you know,
Jackson in the comments. Shout out St. Louis and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, man. Fucking, I started off, you know, doing, you know, the college house parties and shit like everybody else, you know, and I figured out real quick that when the rappers and everybody come through after the strip clubs closed and shit, I made a bunch more money than just playing fucking karaoke and requests and shit like that, man. And it didn't take long, you know. I wanted to see where some of this music was being made, you know. Like people they bring me stuff, you know, shit I can't hear on the radio, and you know that real shit, you know. That's when I started to figure it out, you know. But it was like 20 years ago or something. You know, you don't know till somebody clues you in, you know.
Right.
You think all the music is just what you hear on the radio, or you know. But man, there's some real shit out there being made, man. Carbondale, Illinois, Marion, Illinois, DuQuoin, you know. I grew up listening to, you know, all them like bedroom rap and shit. Or, you know, mostly for their friends and shit, and they bring that shit out. We're doing the making part of that shit, man. And fucking, it didn't take long. I wanted to go see where they were making that shit, man. And, you know, before long, I was on the, you know, you're sitting there, you got a gun, full of dopes in the fucking bag, and none of that fucking means shit to me because I'm cooking up the beat, you know. That's what I'm there for.
We got Brother
I did.
King X in the building. Happy
I did a
birthday,
couple-
Brother King X.
Parkway Squatta, SDYG, you know, from the point. We fucking, you know, it was just my job to kind of ride around and be the white dude carrying the bag. If anything went down or if anything happened, I knew that I was going to jail that night. The rest of them, they might sit there till I can get them out. I was going to be able to walk out wherever the fuck I was carrying that bag.
Right.
You know, I did I was
Hey, tell me my nephew standing by my door like he guarding with his toy gun, with his little toy AK.
He holding it down, huh? Holding it down.
Like right in front of my door with his little gun.
Yeah, that's cool. We have a fucking baseball bat by the studio here, but I got a mirror on the front wall here and a baseball bat in case they sneak up on me.
I can't show what I got sitting by me on live. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but yeah, smoke down, man. I was smoked out. I'm a little bit under the weather. I hope it ain't one of those new 20 variants of this new COVID shit they keep talking about. Nah, I'm bullshit. I'm fucking around.
I started off just kind of keeping shit warm for the touring artists and shit that were coming through, and in the meantime, for my hobby, I was chasing down to see where all this hip hop music was being made and shit, and and I rode with people did all kinds of fucking evil fucking deeds that didn't concern me one bit. As long as I could play music at the end of the night, I don't give a fuck what you do. So
Well,
I ended up.
shit. We got Lil Dready Boy in here. Let's learn about Lil Dready Boy. Like, what? I know you go back in hip hop. When did you first fall in love with hip hop? Like, when did you what put you on? Who was you bumping back in the days? Who was Lil Dready Boy? Lil Dready Boy bumping back in the day.
All right, so I'm a huge fan of all the stuff Lil Wayne touched and all that. I love his his turn of phrase. And so for me, like I grew up like in the poetry and art and all that shit. So I looked for somebody that could spin a word, And then once I started digging deeper into it, I'm a big fan of Tech Nine and his whole independent empire and all that shit. So of course, like everybody, I grew up listening to fucking Nappy Roots and shit. I had the honor I got to do the mixtape release last year for Big V for the Nappy Roots.
Hey, what's so funny? What's so funny about Tech Nine? I remember when Tech Nine finally blew up. Yeah. Everybody was, hey, hallucinate. This when I was doing horrorcore. Hallucinate. You know about Tech Nine?
Horrorcore. Bro, I remember when that.
Bro, I only did 5-6 shows with him.
For real.
Yeah.
People didn't know how long he was in the game.
Yeah, a lot to emulate. Yeah. Yeah, and so that's what I fell in love with about hip hop. Like I grew up in a mosh pit listening to punk rock and stuff. It wasn't until I was a grown up that I found all the things that I loved about punk rock in hip hop. It was a do it yourself work ethic. They were making their own music. They were making their own studios. They were
I'm gonna put you up on something.
Network.
I'm gonna put you up on something on punk rock because I fucks with punk rock.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I used to live in New York.
All right.
The hip hop artists in New York and the punk rock artists used to all perform at the same venues because wouldn't nobody let the punk rockers or the hip hoppers have the venue.
So the first rap album that I remember buying is a Beastie Boys album. And I can remember learning that they, that they played their own instruments and that they crafted their own samples. And once you got past Fight for Your Right and dug into some of the other stuff, there was great material there. And once I learned, that they were making it all themselves, and I just became a lifelong fan of the Beastie Boys.
Hey, low key, DMC was writing their rhymes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that.
Yeah, DMC was writing Run DMC. DMC was writing Beastie Boys rhymes.
I had no idea.
That's crazy. DLC's a legend, dog. That's one of the homies too. He's a friend of the show and shit. Shout out to DLC.
I'm talking about DMC from Run DMC.
Oh, DMC was writing all the rhymes?
Yeah, he was.
DLC. I'm like, damn, that's crazy because DLC came out with NWA and them and shit. I'm like,
DMC. No, DMC from Run DMC.
DMC and Run DMC. Shit. Rest in peace, Master J.
Hey, speaking of DMC, DMC got his own cookies, bro. Called DMC. Dale Makes Cookies.
All right, but that's what I love about it all. That they were, had a do-it-yourself work ethic, and that they were out there just trying to hustle and create places where places didn't exist. When 15, 18 years ago, when I started doing basement shows and stuff like that, I started knocking on doors at restaurants and clubs and venues and stuff to try to get us a real show. You gotta have a real show to be able to be a real artist. Otherwise, you're just kind of working as a hobby, And so, my part of being involved in it locally was just being able to go there and knock on those doors and be like, yeah, I got some entertainers. We're gonna try to encourage, our local arts and music, and and just try to show that this was a way that people could be involved. It could keep them out of trouble. It could keep them off the streets for that little bit of time they're inside the studio, whatever it was, man. Just try to encourage it and try to encourage to grow it, and to create stages where stages don't always exist, man. That's why I found so similar about it. That's what I loved about it. I loved that doing something that was hard. So after that, I just started to connect with other people that were doing it around the country, man.
Right.
Now, anywhere that there's if you got an authentic thing going on, and I like that sound, I will fucking drive for 4 fucking days to play for $100 bill to be able to say I did that and come home with the flyer to put on my wall.
You ever been to Arizona?
Yeah, I've played in 48 states. Yeah.
Blatonio Todd is from Tucson, Arizona, but he believes in Detroit hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But
all right,
nice to meet you.
This year, man. So let's connect, man. I'm trying to come out that way.
Yeah.
I want to go down like a.
Right, yeah, let me know, man. Yeah, we'll exchange numbers, man. Yeah, let me know. That's what's up.
Let's look out for 'em, man. Like I live in this little bitty town, so my bills are real cheap, and I own like the 2 houses and 5 acres here, and I just travel around doing music. I make all my own merchandise with my 3D printers and my t-shirt presses. I got a button press. Anything you want to, any of that shit, man.
Yeah, man. No, that's what's up.
I might make just like $100 for the gig or whatever, but I might come home with another $200 in merch some nights,
Yeah. And as long as you having fun doing what you're doing and able to do it, that's yeah.
Aren't you coming to Detroit soon?
Oh yeah. So Marissa from Go Vanna Dance and Entertainers up in the Detroit, Michigan area, they provide go-go dancers at electronic events and stuff. And I connected on Facebook, on social media like most people, and I hit them up. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna be up there. I went up to Ann Arbor and I hung out with a homie up there and smoked a bunch of good dope and shit. And I was able to work like six nights a week. I was up there with like Dank Frank merchandise and all that. I got to play like on Finkel Street and got to go see. I played in Flint, Michigan at like a big cannabis co-op place and shit like that.
Oh hell yeah!
We're like coming from this little bitty shithole down in the corn and the soybean and stuff. Some of that stuff you kind of watch on YouTube and you see like I want to go to places in Chicago, and I have been to places in Chicago where they're standing on the corner fucking shooting guns at the videos and fucking getting it in. That shit's fucking dope. That shit's hype. I don't give a fuck. They don't shoot the DJ. I'm not there to live my life and to fuck their girlfriends and all that, bro. I'm there for the one night, get that on the flyer, go on and just get that experience,
Right. Shrooms are legal in Ann Arbor. They got the Shroom Fest every year now in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Yeah, man. They get down up there, man.
Bro, I seen the Shroom going kid in the gas station, bro, this morning, bro.
Yeah. And the gas stations in Detroit. But they said they're like chocolate covered shrooms. They said you gotta eat like a whole pack.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Yeah, like it is starting to get there.
Yeah, so for me, so I do a bunch of raves. Like when I don't have a rap show or something like that, I do a bunch of raves and shit. A lot of mixes where I have a chance where I bring, like, if you got a hot fucking song and it matches my beats per minute, it matches that mood, I will bring that shit out and play it. The people crowd is bigger than how many people are in my town.
Yeah, and, my apologies for being late on the show. I know I missed some things, but that was the vibe I caught because I listened to the stuff. I like to like get to know the artists, see what they're about, and that was the vibe I caught. I caught a very heavy rave influence, but it couldn't be like narrowed down to that. It was like it sounds like
you started here in Detroit. We got the biggest rave in the world every year. The Electronics Fest down here in Detroit.
Yeah, I got to play the Flint Drop Fest up there this last year, and with just 20,000 people came through for Drop Fest. I mean that's more than the city of Carbondale or whatever, and so that's an amazing opportunity for me coming down, from way down here. I always laugh, when I go to the place, the people down here, they have no idea, I just try to my vacation home or where my sanctuary or whatever we call it, and then when you go to a festival or whatever, man, it's fucking VIP. They fucking pay for that shit, fucking smoke you down wherever the fuck it is, man. Got fucking fire when you go do that shit. Fucking love it. Couldn't
It's what's up, yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of
Like,
fun
cause
doing
you
it.
know, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that probably be the toughest question. Like, of our generic questions was like, you know, like musical influences. We couldn't narrow it down to just like who's your favorite rap. It'd be like, obviously, you're probably influenced by a lot of different stuff. You know,
Yeah, so
from
for
all
me,
genres, right?
I don't care too much about like if Kanye's got a new album or anything like that. Like, man, I want to know like I want to do a music exchange with you guys and shit. I want to know like where the real shit. So I keep a little folder of shit that people send to me. I do FM broadcasting and all that. We're broadcasting on the FM dial, all this shit now and stuff. And I use that to kind of practice. And I practice my ear and I listen through and you get a lot of stuff. I'm sure like you guys that not really stuff that I'm gonna be able to play out. Like I might hear that once and there's something off about it or whatever. But if you got a hot track, man, I'll carry that, and I don't need a whole hot track. I just need a couple seconds of it sometimes. And I can,
I got
bring
you on
that,
it. Yeah,
I introduce that to a rave crowd or anything like that. I just need like a hot vocal or an ad lib or something sometimes,
yeah. No, no, I get what you mean. Yeah, because I've been hip on that. And what was it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, Brother King X and Gutta. You know, you guys like really had the rave scene on lock. You know, like when the rave scene was coming in, right? You know, so I'm hip on it because I have a lot of friends who was
While
getting
other
it. Yeah,
cities, they said, while other
it's
states and
vocal, like
cities were
the
banning
vocal.
raves, the city of Detroit was throwing the biggest rave in the world. You know what I'm saying? It was legal here,
Mhm.
rave parties and shit. They weren't illegal at first.
yeah,
Yeah,
Shit, you even had police working them.
yeah. So,
yeah.
so, so
Yeah,
But it'd be like
real talk.
literally, yeah, literally like out in the outskirts, right? Yeah.
yeah,
On
out
the east
there.
side, I went to an Eminem rave. I went to a fucking. They were all illegal raves, kinda. I mean, but the police were working them. Eminem rave, a motherfucking Bismarcky. We were talking about that earlier. DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
They,
That's all
Yeah.
stuff. That's all stuff growing up in the Midwest out here outside St. Louis. That's all stuff that like we hear about, a couple years later and things like that. You hear rumors that your buddy might have known somebody that went to or whatever. So when I
Yeah.
was able to, and as I, especially these later years, and be able to go up there and connect with them, like I'll be up there at the Tangent, December 16th with a toy drive event. I don't have the name of it yet, but I'll be up there with a short run of shows. 2 or 3 shows up there. And for me,
No,
I can't all the fact that many of these people from many of these places have heard of me to call me up. I always consider that a big honor. And I try to go up there and just do my best. If I can represent, man, if I can, you know,
Mhm.
all the independent artists and shit that you meet along the way and that you connect with, you want to try to, bring their sounds out, and that's part of, that's always part of your duties as a DJ, is to introduce people into new songs, play their favorite
No,
song in a new way, and then introduce their new favorite song.
yeah.
That's what
I mean, that's what because like when you were mentioning about that with the rave influence that caught, obviously it was like that's what I always thought was dope because like some people can catch that, like you said, a vocal you'll throw in there could do that. But where did this come from? Where did this come from? And yeah, it gets it out there because I think the rave scene, yeah, the rave scene definitely like mixes a lot of different things all together, and I've always appreciated the way it does it. The way it does it.
So when I go to Detroit, the people that I connect with up there, um, rave music, what we call rave music and house, what is house music and techno and stuff, it is really like black people's music. Like, just like hip hop was, and just like it all started off, in black clubs, and it's been, carried on and in some cases hijacked, but carried on since then. My buddy Broly Plur, shout out Broly Plur, the fucking Strange Love team out of Detroit, Michigan, man. That's my homies up there. And
Actually, Detroit is the home of techno.
that's
If
right.
people will pay attention to the techno DJs, the majority of the techno DJs are black.
That's right.
I
That's
was at the
right.
first
Shout
I
techno
remember you were
rave,
telling me
dog.
about that.
There was people from Germany there, Australia there, England, Africa, Jamaica. When you go to
out.
the Techno
Everywhere.
Fest in Detroit, they're from everywhere, dog. It's crazy. It's wild
Yeah.
and shit. It's the
I mean,
biggest festival in the world, I think they said, or in America. And it's every
yeah.
year they've been doing it since the 90s.
Late 90s.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that shit fucking, we used to be hitting it. I was going to it used to be free. Now it's like fucking, I don't even know what it is. Now, last I heard, it was like 40, 50 bucks. It might be 80 bucks a ticket now. They seem they could make some money off of this shit.
The first 4 or 5 years, it was free.
Just like the Summer
Then,
Jam in Detroit. Hip Hop Summer Jam they did every year was free at first.
and the Summer Jam was free for about 20, 30 years, bro, before they started
Now
charging.
they're charging. Everybody trying to make money and shit off that shit.
The Flint Drop Fest. Shout out Sharon Stage and Flint Drop Fest. They're fucking putting in the work up there in Flint, Michigan, man. That's free every year. We don't make a dime. I showed up this year at it was like a 16-hour drive or whatever. You show up, I'm the first act to go on that day. The host, the bar host, DJ, the host DJ or whatever, he's not there. There's no help. There's no mixer board. The act that's supposed to come on after me brings the mixer board so I can plug in my controllers or whatever. We get the shit rolling, you know. All right, no problem.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I see you got all the equipment and shit. So if people want to book you and shit for a show, how can they get at you? What's the best way to get at you?
Google me, Little Dready Boy at Lil Dready Boy Productions. I'm at littledreadyboy@gmail.com. Show up on all, Little Dready Boy Productions, man. And when I started off as an art collective and shit, passing out poetry to strangers and throwing art shows and stuff. And I started booking bands and shit. And fucking one day I had a band that didn't show up. I thought, oh man, I could fucking DJ on my computer, you know. And So after a couple weeks of doing that, I went and competed for a grant. And I won $300 to buy my first DJ controller. I competed for another grant. And I won $3,000 to buy my first sound system. I just never looked back, man. I quit my fucking day job. It was the Obama administration. They gave me $3,000 Operation Bootstrap.
Man, yeah, that's what's up, man. When you can make a living doing your craft, that to me is like nobody can hate on that. Nobody can hate on that. You make a living off your craft and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't nobody talk shit. Yeah.
Hey, for everybody that's gamers that's out there, mainly retro gamers.
Yeah.
This is the thing to have.
Oh shit.
My green screen, but I don't show up on this shit. But
PlayStation, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis, all on here.
Yeah, I can mod a Wii. I can mod a Wii and a PlayStation, all that. I teach myself how to do things. I just love to learn to do shit. Like all my controllers and shit, they're all custom MIDI mapped and shit. They press the button or whatever it says, I just want to do it.
We got a little man in the building. What up, though?
Who's that?
Like
what up?
When the music runs, my it'll to the beats and things like that, and I do some printing. I make my own 3D printed keychains. I can make an action figure of yall or whatever,
Well, send it our way because we can promote that for sure. Like we try and do that everything on. Yeah.
I have t-shirts here, but I make t-shirts like sublimation and silk screen. I got a cricket cutter. Just all that.
That's what's up. I mean, we're promoting, and like of course, like people ourselves, like ourselves, we fuck with each other, so that we can get some kind of linked up.
Merchandise for other artists, and I don't make shit for the general public. You have to be an artist that I've been in the lineup with, or a person that I work with, or whatever. Because there's lots of places where the general public can go get free and cheap t-shirts. But if you're an artist that I work with, I'll make your shirt that cost plus a tip out. So if you want like 500 shirts, tip a motherfucker out, or you won't get it again. I'll fulfill your order, but I'm expecting a nice tip at the end of it,
Exactly. Yeah.
I keep that way we all kind of have a chance to have affordable merchandise. With my sublimation printer, I can just make like a one-off t-shirt. I make the event on it, and just bring that out. Bring 10 of them out if it's a small show or whatever. Or if you just want one for your logo, I can make just one for the night or whatever.
But if you're doing that, because that's what I was thinking. I think everybody else would be on board. Is like, you want to link up, we'll talk on the sidelines about doing some. We've been talking about doing some Hood Smoker merchandise too. So
yeah, I can make all that. They cost like $4 to make, and we generally sell them for about $20 or $25. If the crowd is bigger and they got some money, $25 or whatever. But we're trying to make $20, and I'll trade. Like I got bunch of little trinkets and shit I've traded for, little shiny rocks and shit at UB festivals, you know. I traded for a sandwich or something if it's late enough, you know.
Yeah. No, that's what's up.
Little currency to kind of keep going, you know.
Yeah.
Around, man. I got a little minivan. I fucking, you know, I pretty much can sleep next to my fucking equipment. Some gigs they cover hotel and things like that, but if it's a nice gig, I don't give a fuck if it does. I'll sleep in the fucking parking lot after the bar closes and leave before the fucking bar opens, you know.
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you got to. And then, so the biggest thing, like, anybody else that might be watching or check out the episode or whatever, the biggest thing you have to do, man, is put them boots on the ground. Get out there. There are local promoters. There are small shows. There's small fairs, festivals, all that shit, man. I ain't never Red Rocks or I ain't never filled the auditorium or nothing. But I fucking eat. I fucking put in that fucking work. You can Google my fucking name. I fucking put that shit in.
That's what's up though. Yeah, you could Google your name and you pop up in there. Yeah, that's what's up too. You know, it's like, you know.
Man, I got shit coming up now. I'll be in St. Louis, January 23rd, as part of the 10th Louis crowd, where I'll be playing a 8-bit retro video game inspired dubstep set. So everything contains 8-bit video samples and has a little bit of crunch to it. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. So like video game inspired and everything. Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope.
Yeah. So that'll be, you know, some of my new mix and all that kind of stuff coming up. And then
Now, is it kind of like retro games or just games in general, or like
retro games like this guy saying, you know, where he says, can you hear him say that?
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Gutta, remember my song Bowed Out?
Yeah.
Did you peep on the background when I say call me Luke Kane, nigga, fatality in the background? You hear Luke Kane, you hear him say fatality.
Yeah. I was on the remix. I remember that.
Yeah, get over here, you know.
Well, hey, we go all over the place. Like it's a conversation what we do here, you know. So like we, you know, like we're rappers or musicians first, you know, like rappers, whatever you want to call it and stuff. So we don't do it like we're not journalists. I was gonna say, since you brought it kind of there, who could you whoop somebody's ass on that you challenge anybody to on Street Fighter? Since we brought up that game.
Oh, let's see.
Like Street Fighter.
Okay.
Hey, that's funny because I was watching Street Fighter the movie the other night too, in the middle of the night.
Any of them, I can whoop on any of them. I know the coach do the drill with them bites and the shot. Any of them older fucking game now.
Don't see was always mine.
So minutes, but Street Fighter. I'm old enough to remember fucking putting quarters in that bitch. Okay, I could have bought one in that fucking machine.
Right. Man, that's just I got my nephew. He 11, and he always tells me some, Uncle, I beat you in Mortal Kombat. I'm like, bro, don't you know my generation was the first generation to play Mortal Kombat?
Bro.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's
bro. Right.
Hey.
Because I was gonna say, between Mortal Kombat and you got Street Fighter, it's like, man, yeah, we have it in our blood.
What was the fighting video game? Like, what was the original one? Y'all know? Was it like
Street Fighter? No, it was Kung Fu.
Kung Fu, yeah. Kung
Fu, yeah.
It was on
Atari, right? Yeah, Atari.
You could also play just generic karate on Atari as well.
Yep.
Yeah. But Kung Fu was the first one where you kind of had a little bit of different levels and then the Nintendo translation and all that. But for the Atari, yeah, I'm old enough.
That Pong shit. What y'all know about Pong? What y'all know about Pong?
The Sears television and the television was the first console I ever played on. Sears television was the first console and you pushed the knob out there. Yeah.
ColecoVision, yeah.
I can remember getting the stick. And I can remember when that stick, the Atari stick, like, wow, we could sit back from the motherfucker and
man, I'm about to bring up a game system that I had. It was only out for a minute, and the reason why I had it because my auntie's husband, my uncle, made video games.
All right.
Wasn't
Neo Geo.
The Neo Geo was a bad
that was like, yeah, that's freaking, yeah.
That was better, man. Neo Geo graphics was better than Nintendo's and Genesis. Like it was precursor. It was the precursor to bro. Because if you look at the graphics like.
If you went to the arcade and put quarters in a machine, you were playing a Neo Geo machine. And the Neo Geo home version was basically the same thing. The Neo Geo was a nice machine, but it was an expensive machine. And, and that separated, man. If you had a little extra money, then you could get a Sega, you know, or an Atari. But,
man,
because you can hardly kill it. $199 or whatever it was. You can hardly kill it.
Because my game on Neo Geo was that Slaughterhouse.
All right. Well, I like Slaughterhouse.
Man, hell yeah.
It was one of the only systems, and that's one of the only like PG-13 games that they made at that era. That was the only thing that was kind of close, where you are this monster and you are killing people, and
you're almost R-rated. Yeah.
And you walking around with a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you Jason Mask, you got the chainsaw and stuff. You can get an axe. Yeah.
I think it was an axe, yeah.
The first graphically violent fighting game. Before Mortal Kombat, wasn't nobody ripping hearts out of chest and doing them finishing moves and decapitating bodies.
All that shit.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Shout out to Southwest Detroit in the building. D Gutta in the building. What up, though? Shout out to all Southwest, homie.
All that shit. So, you know, video games, some of that kind of shit. It's universal. Like we talk about the beat, and you know, I find myself so many places where, and you're probably not supposed to be there, man. But if you feel that same beat, and if you're there and you speak the same fucking language, it's good. You're good, man.
Like it's universal language. Yeah, like I feel you.
Yourself, don't look at nobody's girlfriend. You'll be just fine. That's carrying me far.
That's what's up.
Just try to fucking be respectful. I've DJed for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 different motorcycle clubs, including 2 black motorcycle clubs. I DJed for like the Tail Gunners, the Black Pistons, the Storm Riders, all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, then of course, you know, it's every fucking gang, you know. I mean, you ever see that movie Snow on the Bluff? That's what you guys should call.
What was it?
Snow
what?
Party.
Snow on the Bluff.
No, it goes to my.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out then.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta call this motherfucker on the phone. Snow on the Bluff is a semi-autobiographical movie about a dude who makes a living down in Atlanta, robbing dope houses and shit. And it's an independently produced movie that he, you know, had to answer some questions for and stuff, and he went on and made a couple other movies and stuff. And so you can go down there and you can meet with that guy and everything, but you can't take no pictures or no media unless you pay him cash, just cash money. It's cool if you want to hang out or we can smoke or whatever, but you can't have no media of that motherfucker unless you have some money.
Damn.
Snow on the Bluff, dude. You got to check out this fucking movie.
On the Bluff. Okay, I'm gonna check that out because that sounds already interesting.
I mean,
yeah.
If you ever watch like Shadas and it's like, yeah, that's kind of cool. They're Jamaican gangsters or whatever. Dude, Snow on the Bluff is about real motherfuckers. That's fucking getting the real fucking dough. It's fucking yeah. And so I can remember like going to Atlanta to play like house music and shit, and that was like on my to-do list, like to go and find this motherfucker and be like, you know, I didn't know that it was gonna cost money. You know, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm a traveling DJ, man. I'd love to fucking hook up on some shit. He's like, yeah, right. What kind of budget you working with? I'm like, hey, you know how that shit goes. Every time they start, it's the first word out of their mouth is what kind of budget they're working with. That means they want some money. It might not be a bunch.
Yep.
You gotta have some, and you gotta have it right now. You know. And so it was cool, whatever, but no media or nothing, man. We can hang out for a couple minutes and then on wherever the fuck he was doing, you know. Whatever,
Yeah,
man.
so I mean, it sounds like you gravitate like where you're you know like you like to mix a lot. You just like doing the music and mix with a lot of people, and that's dope, man. Like so, people can hit you up. I mean, we can like leave your email,
You got a sound
if they
going
cool with
on.
you and shit.
If you got a sound
Yeah.
going on that you think is that you're cooking up and it sounds a little bit different, or your area is cooking up something different, I will come to where the fuck you are. I will check it out. I went to in Memphis. They're cooking up like some lo-fi and all that kind of stuff, so that was cool.
Mm.
Down in
Oh, I've
South
heard of the
Florida,
lo-fi. Yeah, we find
yeah,
out more
down
of
in
the
South
lo-fi.
Florida, they're doing break beats and shit. So you go down there and check that shit out. Detroit's got the techno. Chicago's got house music. If you got something good that you're cooking up, man, I'll fucking go there and I'll work. I'm getting ready to go up to Rockford, Dre's Grilla. My dude Dre's Grilla, he's been sending me some stuff, and they're up there cooking up a
Yeah.
little bit. So we're gonna go up to
If
Rockford.
anybody watching, like definitely, like shit,
I mean,
your boy's coming through. He might be in your area, so
yeah, man, fucking hit me up, man. You the people out there, man. I'm willing to work with you. I know you got a little bit, man. I fucking travel cheap. I live in a fucking minivan with a little bitty dog, and I fucking got a guitar. I
that's
can
what's
play
up.
for gas money if I need it, whatever I got to do, man. If it's a good show, I'll fucking be there. So,
I feel that.
yeah, biggest thing, man.
So how's the weed laws over there in St. Louis? Is recreational legal
Yeah,
there?
so I'm on the Illinois side, and we've been recreational for a while. Yeah, but the prices are pretty fucking outrageous. I just come back from Crestone, Colorado, where I helped my buddy trim a bunch of fucking weed and come back with a grocery bag of that shit. And I just run out of that the other day and had to buy some of this shit from the fucking dispensary. That shit was $80 for like a half ounce, man.
Damn. Yeah, we got good prices and good weed here in Michigan, in Detroit and shit. It's good shit. And we've heard from people from Colorado and LA that been here, and they said Detroit got some good weed and shit.
I have been to
Yeah.
both and also to there, to
Must
Colorado.
Arizona, yeah.
That's saying a lot. That speak volumes coming from Colorado, bro. Especially for Denver.
Yeah, from Colorado. Yeah, Colorado.
I done played Portfest, bro, and I know about the weed in Denver, bro.
Yeah, we fuck with LSP and shit, so you know that.
So Crestone, Colorado is called America's Spiritual Center, and it houses over 72 different religions there. Do you remember on the news when there was a cult and they had taken everybody up to Colorado and they found it and they had covered her eyes with glitter and put lights up and all that weird shit? Well, that's where they took her to, was to Crestone, Colorado, around the corner from my buddy's house. It's like this crazy little hippie community up against the mountain at the end of the county road where they have like stupas and mosques, and they have a place where nuns live. They have two different kinds of monks that live there, and sometimes there are cults. There's a couple different cults that live there. And so you can like at the grocery store. There's only like one little place to get gas and all that shit in town, and then there's like some art galleries and a bar. The bar closes at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, though. See, like in the middle of the summer and the shit. Yeah. So you might be like grocery shopping at, we call it the $10 store. You might be shopping at the $10 store, and there might be like a monk with a bald head, or there could be some like crazy guy that hasn't had a shower in 3 months with a swastika tattooed on his fucking forehead. You never know.
Yeah.
But they can grow their all their fucking. Yeah, they got a place out there called Area 420. My buddy fucking Parker, he's part of the Area 420 project. They have a solar powered town. Yeah.
Area 420.
I'll connect you, bro, so you can go out there and play and shit. They got drones and shit that videotape you playing with their solar powered sound system and shit. I got a coming out for that shit. Yeah. I'm playing on a pirate ship in the desert, bro. Fuck with me, bro. I'll fucking get down, bro.
Is it a pirate ship in the desert? That I'm sold.
They took drone video footage, bro. Fucking sending drones by while I'm fucking up there fucking, you're trying to look cool. They got a drone,
Man, that'd be pretty dope. Yeah, that'd be a pretty dope ass image. Pirate ship in the desert and shit. Yeah.
Whatever. It's like it's like at the bottom of the mountain. Yeah. So you can walk into my yard and you're in the mountain, So let's pick up on all that shit if you want or whatever. Yeah. My buddy Parker out there, bro. Area 420, man. They got it's a cannabis business incubator center.
All right. Shout out to your homie, like Parker. You said Parker. Yeah. Shout out to Parker. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to like grow weed or fucking cultivate it or sell it or anything related to fucking marijuana, you got a spot out there where they will
You on the
help
Hood
fund
Smoker podcast?
you. Shit. Dude, I smoke a lot of fucking dope. I went up to Colorado and worked on a 400-acre cannabis fucking farm, dude. And
Yeah, I
fucking
seen a picture of you standing around
That's
all
what
the plants and
hey,
shit
the rest of
growing.
the little homies was asleep in their little tents in the front yard. I was laid up in the fucking big house, you know what I'm saying? Fucking smoking fat doinks, bro. I'm there, the lady, you know, my friend Star, shout out Star, she's out there, Blue Star Farms and shit. They're still out there, man. And she was like,
I was
man,
trying to mix it good for the flyer, you know, like I try to keep the, you know, like the thing. It was like in the shadows a little bit, but you know, yeah.
They said weed's gonna bring this country out of that's gonna be the crop that saves our economy.
That's right. Gotta save the economy. That's right. Because they're gonna be how they have so much dope money, they're not know what to fucking do with it. They're like, shit, we should have legalized this 50 years ago.
For real. Shout out to Time Walker AD. Said Dready Boy.
I was up in Michigan earlier, man. I was seeing a big grow room up fucking Michigan. Dude had a big ass fucking warehouse. They're fucking growing it up there. You gotta grow some good dope up there. I seen it.
That's what's up.
I said, they gave me a bag of keep like this fucking big. They're like, man, welcome to the party, Dready. I was like, yeah, dude, we getting it in this weekend, you know.
That's what's up.
Man, you show up, you want to fucking make sure people are gonna have a good time when you're there, DJ.
So have you, because I know I've smoked with a lot of artists that I never thought I would smoke with growing up, that I bumped, you know what I'm saying, being in the rap game and then doing shows as I got older. Is there anybody you particular that you grew up listening to and you smoked with and it was an honor, like you was honored to smoke with?
Yeah, smoking with Big B of the Nappy Roots, man. I never in my
that's our home.
That's our home.
Salute,
hey, that's my homie too, bro.
salute to
Hey, shout out Big B of the Nappy Roots, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Bowling Green, Kentucky, baby.
Right here, look, there's some event flyer on the wall over there. Big B right there, bro.
I done had a chance to smoke with Eshawn. I smoked with Neck.
That's dope.
Mainly the Bay Area rappers, a lot of them, because I got family in the Bay, so you know.
Hold on. I smoked with a couple, I smoked with DJ Diablo and a couple people, you know.
I got to smoke with and party with rest in peace MC Breed from Flint, Michigan. Rest in peace Breed. That was pretty dope.
Also, like by chance that I get booked and and there's some
I smoked with MC8
people, but for me, like I'd rather the small show. Like I'm probably not, they probably got some flashy fucking DJ that's probably their homie or whatever that's gonna work a lot of times in big shows or whatever. I don't really give a fuck. So I fucking put it on wherever you fucking put me, I can fucking hold it down. You see? So I don't mind. Like I go find a place to fucking work. I don't care, dude. So maybe I don't get every fucking big show, but I get enough, man. I played somewhere different every fucking weekend this summer, man.
No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, we're glad having you on, man. This is this is dope.
Hey, who on Plex?
Hey, I will come back in a week. I get my 3D printer going over here, but I come back in a week. I'll show you.
Hey, we talked about also. Who remember this?
All right. I got a Zelda card. In the other room. So I collect
Toe Jam and Earl.
I collect like retro toys and things like that.
Toe Jam and Earl, yeah.
I have a massive Star Wars.
When I was working at Captain J's, it was two dudes that we used to call Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh man. Well, me and my homie
I just thought about it. We had two dudes that looked like Toe Jam and Earl, and they was homies, and we had a dude that looked like Earthworm Jim.
When I travel around the country,
I remember you told me about Earthworm Jim. Yeah.
I check all the yard sales and garage sales, all that kind of stuff, a thrift store and all that shit. I sold like $18,000 worth of old toys last year. So, I made some money doing shows and all that, but I also make some money selling old toys. So, whether it's like He-Man, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, I sold about $800 worth of Star Wars toys, maybe a couple weeks ago or whatever, and that kind of helps keep it going, man. I still don't have to work for nobody else. I work doing things that I enjoy doing, and like I said, I got a nice collection. I got fucking Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Millennium Falcon. I got Millennium Falcon with the box and shit,
Oh, dude, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
You know what toys I used to have, bro? And I'm in the process of getting them right back. Man, Transformers. I had all of them, bro. I mean, I had Cybertron, I had all the Ultimate.
I have a feeling he about to bring out some shit right now.
Yeah.
You know that look, like when somebody like, hold on a minute.
That's like talking to Butcher about Batman and shit.
Oh my god, yeah. No, actually, if you ever get to see Batcave Studios right there, yeah. We was talking about that. You can bring your kids into Batcave Studios.
I got Starscream.
Oh man.
Oh,
I got this guy, the
Master
guy. I got a little. Oh, I got some Transformers. I got some.
I know them Transformers when I see them, bro.
Oh, give me a minute. Like, yeah, I seen that.
Like Blatonio would tell you one day I was on the phone and I named all the Dinobots.
Yeah,
you sure did, man. Yeah,
which ones you're looking for, or if there's one in particular, I'll hunt it down for you. That's part of what I do. I make just as much money, selling old toys as I do, playing music and stuff.
Oh, so you do that hustle as well. So you got that.
Oh,
yeah.
About $80,000 worth last year, man.
Oh, shit, that's what's up.
Yeah, a good week, $500 to $800 worth of old toys or something. And depending on, I get out there and find stuff. So this week we found some of this kind of stuff, like the Tron. This is a guy from Tron.
I remember Tron.
Okay, yep. And so this is a couple of figures from him, and that's part of some of the stuff we found this week. And so
Tron was my.
Yep, he'll get all that kind of stuff. I got a little.
Y'all remember the mask action figures? Mask, like it was like the characters were small, but those vehicles were dope. You could transfer,
that stuff,
You know what I'm about to start collecting though? The hip hop action figures.
So what I'm looking for, my friend is like on house arrest, and he's dying from colon cancer, and we had Chuck Norris action figures when we were a kid. So if any of you guys out there, if you come across some Chuck Norris action figures, I really just need like Chuck Norris and the bad guy or something. I'm sure that's just fine. He's a grown man, you know what I'm saying? He don't really.
Let's go.
I seen the Master Ace action figure the other night, bro.
All right.
Master Ace?
Oh, yeah. I wanted boy. I seen Ice-T. I seen Q.
That's crazy.
How much were they?
I'm just waiting for them to come once they do the Wu-Tang. Hey, I'm
like he says, yeah. How much are they? Yeah, because it makes you wonder. Yeah, it's like,
how much? They're done by the Reaction Company. They're like Super 7 Reaction Company. They make a bunch of other figures like that.
All right.
Like I seen the Ice-T boy. I think it was like $60, but it was the Power. It was the Power album cover. It came with him, Evil E, and Darlene.
That's what's up.
And he got the gun, and he got the game out in his hand.
I got a resin printer. I can custom make action figures. Like, I mean, you send a scan of your face.
Oh, you got the ability to do that?
Yeah. Okay. I got a resin printer, and then I got a filament printer like this, bro. You can't see it.
Oh, I'm definitely about to. We definitely gonna need.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might have Hood Smoker podcast action figures and everybody who appeared on the show maybe action figures. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I can print all the parts of bobblehead except the spring. You probably wouldn't want to print the spring, and just take just take time. I just have the one machine because I just make the shit. I make it for myself, people I work with and shit. But
that's what's up.
I mean, we can definitely like for sure, man.
I definitely would. I'm definitely gonna be getting at you because I got a little imprint deal going down with Universal.
So we made,
Brother King X,
Who the imprint deal is, don't you, Black?
So I made
when they give you your own label.
Made these. These are stands for my little drum pad, and they say Dready on on the same way. That's what they say.
Okay.
But, yeah. I got another pair that I take with me, for my stand whenever I travel.
So is there a little Dready Boy action figure of your own? I was gonna ask, like, since we're on
No,
that.
no, not like that because I just kind of make stuff as the demand comes along, and so I really like if I sell 10 shirts, at a show, I'm doing good.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I figure I should have got when it was out, bro. They had the Eshawn figure when Eshawn was psychopathic.
Oh man, I could only imagine how much that should be. Like if you find it, like how much that would be, because like I don't think it would be sold. It's like that's for somebody who wants to
Because
keep
I
that shit
remember
forever.
they had came out with
everybody's on card, and the value don't really like a whole bunch. Like if they're limited release, then the value will go up, and it'll kind of hover around there or whatever. But like if it's one of those that's collectible and everybody keeps it on card, then everybody's is worth the same,
Yeah.
When we do Star Wars figures, everybody had the 90s Star Wars figures, the green and the red cards. Now everywhere you go, we'll just have massive amounts of those green card Star Wars figures still on the card. It's a little different with some of the limited releases and things like that. Like Esham and some of these off mainstream artists, they might not never make an action figure like that again, and that's gonna have high value.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I wouldn't see that like being very often, like to find that action figure you're talking about right there. Just because, like, it takes a fan. A fan's gonna own that, and they don't ever want to give that up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's some part of my pride and joy. Now, I think it's a little different, like ICP material. Like ICP material, I think it's different. They make millions and millions and millions of everything they fucking can. So that I think
they released a couple action figures, if I'm not mistaken. I own like two of the first
and
ones.
you probably pick those up for $30 or something like that. $30 to $40 maybe. Whereas Esham, you probably look at 120, maybe as much as $300.
You ain't lying. Yeah, I was gonna say.
And boom, words from hell, the red tape is gonna cost you $1,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How many times I bought that?
Gangsta Nip, South Park Psycho right now, the CD. You've seen that too, I'm sure. Like Nip's even surprised about how much it would sell online.
I gotta be one of the very few people in this world that still got South Park Psycho, bro. Like the actual physical CD.
Yeah.
No, because what happens is, like, the average people, they might not be out in circulation and things like that, but we don't know every collector and every fan. There are high-end and there are rich fans and stuff. But think of the people that book out an entire room whenever a concert goes on and stuff. Like, yeah, they're at the gathering, but they got an entire room booked out at the hotel nearby, and they throw the wildest fucking after party. Who do you think those people are? But they're high-end collectors that collect high-end merchandise. They're accountants, they're doctors, they're people that on their weekend they fucking whoop whoop. But during the rest of the week, they do some high end, really stressful job where they make millions of dollars, And they collect some of that stuff, and what happens is, you end up with a hoard in these rich people's hands until somebody dies, and then that breaks out again or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember I had went to Halloween back in 94, 95 and seen an older dude there, like 45, 50, dressed like Santa Claus. I was like, "Oh, you Santa?" He was like, "Yeah, Wicked Santa." That's the show that I had seen Mr. Sadistic and and Mystical. And Mystical was there.
Well, that's what's up, Olga.
At the Mississippi Nights, and that was the first place that you seen some of these acts that were not quite there yet, but we're starting to get there. So, like, we saw Marilyn Manson on the Smells Like Children tour. Like, he played the summer before his opening act with Trent Reznor and stuff, and then come through on his
damn.
tour.
Bro, It Smells Like Children is classic. That's my album. My favorite. My favorite song. My favorite song. Lunchbox was the shit.
Lunchbox. Yeah, they're remixing and stuff, and so even now, like I have some like up to date, like released last year remixes of some of that shit because of the, you know, some of the shows I play and the material, you draw from your sources and stuff. So I draw
Hey,
from
brother
our
King
sources.
X, real quick. I was gonna say you've seen they have an action figure of Gigi Allen as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, G. Allen, that's my dude. Assassinate the president of the United States.
His brother will sell you his brother might sell you like T.G. Allen's toe or something in a minute. He's selling like
Oh, you talk about with Merle? Yeah, Merle. Yeah,
like
he's
selling
down to
like
earth.
his paintings. He sold like just everything that he has. Pants that he fucking wears, those are fucking for sale. Everything's fucking for sale, girl. But I don't know where the
Hey,
fucking goes in that fucking arm, but it's all for sale, dude.
hey, Dready, would you believe me that a black man actually from Detroit actually started punk rock?
Yeah, I mean,
I know what you're talking. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Is it all deaf? I mean, they're brothers. They're brothers.
The band was called Death. They were all brothers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they brothers. They black, and they called Deaf. They were like the first punk rock band.
Yeah, Death. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I watched a documentary about it a couple years back now, or whatever.
I seen that too. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I seen it too, man. I was like, man, I was blown away because like.
Well, shit, when hip hop first started, that was the place they did shows, was at punk rock shows. I mean, that's the only places they could do shows. So right when it first
that's
started
what I
back in the
like. I
day.
represent it still. Is that bridge? Is that there is still a lot of places where those crowds meet, and we are still drawing back and forth from each other and stuff. And so, to me, I feel like
hip hop and punk rock was the world's most hated genres of music back then. When they weren't trying to
rebellious. The rebellious, like the nature, it has that in common.
And grew up as part of the Soul Assassins squad way back when he first got started and shit, and now he's just this wonderful like closeted DJ that doesn't really do shows but releases these awesome concept mixes and things like that. And you talk about making your own action figures. He'll make his own action figure, a custom card. He does his own casting, all that. His name's Dave Abrams, the DJ solo out of Chicago, and he's one of the biggest influences I had in the early '90s and shit when DJ solo came through. And he showed that it was possible that you draw from both worlds, that you could sample a little bit of your favorite fucking punk rock song with your favorite hip hop beat and things like that. And when I saw that this was that they were paying to bring from town to town to do that, I knew that it was possible that you could step in back and forth and that you could go back and forth.
Hey, you know what? I seen a punk rock band do a cover of Gangsta's Paradise.
Sure.
Yeah.
So in
I couldn't even imagine. I haven't heard it, but
in my life material.
Speaking of Gangsta's Paradise, we just had Coolio's DJ on. Rest in peace, Coolio. We just had Coolio's DJ on, Kiki Smooth from Compton and shit. Shout out Kiki Smooth. I know his birthday was the other day. I think happy birthday to Kiki Smooth too and shit.
Hey, people don't even know that realize that Coolio was in a lynch mob.
Right. That's crazy. And we got mad love with the lynch mob. Shout out JD3.
Coolio on Ice Cube song Colorblind.
Okay. Rest in peace, Coolio. That was one I wasn't expecting.
Forget about three from Lynch Mob we had on. So,
even now in my library, I still have 6 to 8 different remixes of that, and depending on what flavor and what BPM that I'm after. So for more of a rave and a dance, you might be closer to 120 beats per minute. But for more of a hip hop, and you're just kind of keeping a vibe going, you might just be looking at around 90 or so. And
you get an EDM version of Colors?
No, Gangsta's Paradise.
Ice-T did an EDM version of Colors.
Okay, all right. A lot of those songs, like when we worked with Vito, I have a dozen different remixes of it, some of his most famous songs, from a drum and bass version to just somebody rapping over their beat even, depending on what you're after. I got a tight female vocalist that just raps over the original beat, and it's got flow. It has good sound quality. I'm able to play that out on a very loud sound system and not hesitate. That's what I look for in a track, you know. So when I play with, you know, I had a chance that I could play through and show him a sample of some of the legacy that, you know, of the music that he touched, and show, you know, all the different forms and all the different people and all the different ways that this music was still living on and live on long past any of us, you know. Right? Whether you're just using the vocals from Good or whether, you know, you're using the beat from Gangster's Paradise, music and, you know, and hip hop influence on music, you know.
I mean, because I can only imagine a Gangster Paradise, you know, like what sped up, you know, like that's dope.
Since we talking about techno, talking about techno, you ever heard of ghetto tech?
Yeah, right.
You know that started in Detroit. You know what ghetto tech was?
What it was a tech house now. Tech house.
It was actually rappers who was saying shit over, you know what I'm saying, over techno beats.
Right.
Like we had this one song called Ass and Titties. Ass and Titties.
Everybody knows ass and titties, bro. I got ass and titties right now. Are you fucking with me? Yeah.
If bitch, even short, I fuck cold like it's a sport when I see ass titties.
So somebody went on with MCs like Spade One out of Detroit, Michigan. You know Spade One, bro. Motherfucker gets it in, and he's up.
I've always seen that, like, you know, like definitely with 2 Live Crew has always been included. Like it had that techno vibe a little bit in there.
Sure. I used to, believe it or not, Vlad, my album Let the Hate Begin was recorded by this dude named Ade Henderson, aka Mr. Day, who was like the king of ghetto tech in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
It's about the beat, man.
Baby got back. That's his beat.
Oh, okay. And that has like, yeah. Now I see what you mean. What you talk about, it's like has.
And on top of that, bro, he know how to produce regular hip hop too. He do that too. He produce letting them know for Threat on the Friday soundtrack.
Yeah.
Into what we're thinking of an electronic beat, or like a bass music beat, whether it's like house music or whether it's dubstep. What we call it. We're talking about
the dubstep. I mean, there's a million different. You're right, million genres. What you talk about.
40 to 60 hours goes into you know, a weird bass and a dubstep track. You might talk about 40 to 60 hours of work. Whereas you know, you can sit down in the studio with a machine and somebody knows what the fuck they're doing and crank out a nice little hip hop beat in about 4 to 6 hours and have it polished, and we're ready. If you don't touch anymore, you're gonna fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that's why, you know, so some of these producers, you know, get your acapellas and send them stems off to your local fucking DJs and electronic producers.
Hey, you ever heard that Eshawn album, Male Dominant?
No, I just know of him, and you know, I just know kind of the whole vibe. I had a buddy that you know, was real into horrorcore and all that kind of stuff. And I got
Eshawn album, Male Dominance is like hip hop meets techno.
All right.
Yeah, he was really touching
Remember
it.
that song, Out This Atmosphere? That was like a techno song. Out This Atmosphere, Out This fucking Atmosphere, that shit.
Yeah. That was a techno song.
Mm-hmm.
You bitch. You stinking ass bitch. Dear. You know what I'm saying? He experimented with techno and dubstep all through that.
Yeah, Eshawn from Nada's time walking in the chat. Yeah, Eshawn from Nada's, that's what we speaking on. Eastside holds the money right now.
Because I was trying to think of the album that dropped that had a lot of different influences of it.
If you pay attention to the production on Nada's album, Multi-Killionaire, The Devil's Contract, a lot of that was drum and bass.
Yes. Don't like a lot of the drum patterns, yeah. Yeah.
Especially the opening track, Be Careful What You Wish On. And then the drums, how the drums was.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what it's about, though.
What do you got in the works right now, Lil Dready Boy? What's coming
Yeah,
up
man.
next? What can
Yeah.
people
Yeah, tell us
expect?
about
Yeah, so I'm going to be up in Detroit coming up. So I got a little bit of break, and I got a short run coming up in Detroit, and then I'm gearing up for the show down here in St. Louis for 10th Louis. It's going to be called. So I'm looking for dates, to pick up in Detroit. I've got 2 locked down. I'm going to be at the Tangent on the 16th, and then I'm going to be at some place called the factory or someplace. I don't have all the details, but on a Tuesday, the next Tuesday. So I'm looking for something I can pick up, on a Saturday or on the Monday, I think. And I probably will, because I just enjoy, I enjoy doing it, and that's what it's really about. I'm hoping that if you just really just put in the work that they're gonna call you, man. That somebody's gonna say, man, I heard of that motherfucker. Let's get him on the phone. Let's get that motherfucker out here.
Well, yeah. And you said you might be coming through Arizona too, like a part of Arizona. Like, let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm try to hit the Southwest. Me and my buddy Brent Shea, he's part of the Detroit Techno Militia and all that. He's part of the Strange Love production crew and all that. We're gonna team up on the shows. We're gonna kick off up there in Detroit, and then I'm looking to hit dates in the Southwest. So definitely got any information, man. If you got a place I can park my fucking van and I can plug in speakers.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'll give you my number after the show too. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty flexible, like I said, man. I like to dip my fucking my feet in both sides, man, and just try to fucking keep my ear to the ground, and see what they're cooking up with, man. Working with like the motherfucker down at with the Memphis Jukers, man. Gotta get that fucking Jason up in there. Fucking Memphis Jukers, man. They been fucking getting it in and fucking cooking up some dope shit down there. So it's the whole entire fucking culture just built around fucking footwork and fucking. And fucking seeing what you got, man. They don't need a DJ or nothing. They play that shit on their fucking phone, and everybody shut the fuck up. We're gonna watch these 2 people fucking juke it out. It's a sight to see, and I've just been fascinated with it. So I'm trying to make some moves down that way. And he was working with the Memphis Grizzlies and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, well, that's got somebody at the least trying to do something and keep positive. And I've been staying in touch with him for about 5 or 6 years now. He hadn't come out for the St. Louis Burn and Learn event out there. Him and his whole squad came out and just fucking, hung out and fucking showed the crowd what they could do, man. When the music was hot, they'd fucking get out there and fucking dance, and everybody fucking moved aside and watch the shit go down. And it was really, people forget, it's one of the other elements of hip hop, we're talking about fucking dance, the beat, the rhyme, the beat. Man, you gotta have that fucking, and down in Memphis, man, they're keeping that part of it alive, man. I'm trying to get down there.
Yeah, no, I feel on that. Yeah, no, I hear that. I mean, because what was it? I mentioned like 2 Live Crew earlier, but then of course, then I got to go back to Africa Bambaataa, which those elements, and world class records.
Doom, doom. I taste the rock. I taste the folk. Now hit me. Doom.
Yep. Egyptian Lover.
There got to be a lot of breakdance everywhere, but
even Easy E back in the day, LA, 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 LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something to dance to.
And so for me, that they're keeping that part alive.
Now, also, like I was gonna say, with you being like a mixing it up, like so you do the cuts and scratches too. Do you do that? Or
yeah. So I got full size pad here. I do, my scratches on stuff when it's appropriate, and I bring my controllers out and stuff. I do have my pads here, and I'm fully armed and capable, depending on what we're going for. If we have an event where you have 12 people that are going to carry over their own mics, and you really just want somebody to kind of step aside, then all right. You just need a little simple controller, and that kind of looks a little better for pictures or whatever. But if you're going to work one-on-one with an artist and you're being called in for an artist and things like that, then they might want something a little bit more serious, whether you work together and you're going to build some beats there on the fly, or, you got a part that, and you've got the communication built where you're going to do some scratching and some of that kind of stuff. So it's about communicating with the artist and, what the project or the show calls for. I create a custom playlist for every event, and try to bring, something different for each event, so no 2 are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to keep it fresh, man. Kind of keep it, going, keep it interesting. I know when I go out, what a lot of the sounds are going to be. I know that when I'm booked on like a rave flyer or whatever, that 90% of the shows up north are going to be, techno and house, and most of those artists are going to be record box and things like that. And I know that when I bring out like a little bit of dubstep and weird bass and like I say, like some hip hop and some rap that I find, that I enjoy, and I know that they will enjoy too, and I know that my sound is going to be unique and kind of different, and I'm bringing the best of what I can find from both. And
Yeah.
that's what I try to do, man. Yeah.
No, that's what's up. Yeah, no, that's dope. Because that's why I noticed, like, when I was playing the stuff that Gutter sent me and everything, I was like, yeah, I caught that vibe. I was telling Gutter because he didn't get to listen to it right away, and then I heard it, and I was like, yeah, it's got that, has a rave vibe, but mix it up, which I've always noticed. Rave music, that's what I like about it, is it mixes all elements, like you said about sending vocal track. Yeah.
So a lot of places you go, some places they get hung up. I know that when we go to a place like the Drop Fest and like we're saying the big dance festivals and the big raves up in Detroit and stuff, if you're standing there in the corner with 5 of your homies and you're all dressed up all in black, that's probably the drum and bass crew. You might not want to fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of tricky sometimes.
Right.
I try not to get locked into just one sound. I try not to get locked into like, well, everything sounds like this, and I try to bring a little bit of what's appropriate. If I know it's a big house crowd, I might bring a little bit of house flavor, but I'm still gonna bring as much of my own stuff as I can.
I hate you, motherfucker. Get the fuck out my city, you blue-eyed European. Bus service ain't even running.
What you got going on?
There's something going on somewhere else. Yeah, hold on, man, my brother. Yeah.
I try to match like the BPM that we're looking for. I try to match with the feel and the vibe. If we're gonna bring a bunch of trap and drill, with my bass, things that are gonna introduce a little bit of something new. Still, you can't go too far, depending on some crowds. They just want to hear kind of some things that are familiar, and they don't want to hear space music. They want to hear rave music. They want to hear what they can even fucking hear. And so you've got to be careful, and that's part of, I've been doing this for fucking 18 years. That's part of the experience, and part of doing it is, your crowd and be able to, prepare ahead of time and know what you're going to be working with, and be able to adapt and move on the fly.
Well, here I'm gonna go ahead left field on it. Is like, and I'm not gonna narrow it down just to hip hop. What's the craziest song you've heard mixed, into the rave scene? Because like there's some things you just wouldn't ever imagine to be mixed into rave music. Is there a particular?
This summer, for the first time, I heard some country music that was done with a little bit of drum and bass to it, and I don't know who the artist was. I don't know what the sound was, but it was a country sound. It was the country twang guitar, and I don't know who is doing this, but they need to stop. I don't know if they're listening, if they're watching right now, but you listen to me, watch me closely. You need to stop.
So it's terrible. Okay, so it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Okay.
No, it was the beat carried, but it had that sound and twang, and I've heard it more than once. It's not just one person. So this is people, and in case
so it's a group. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like a sound that's creeping in or something, and people are starting to play this like country dubstep mutation stuff, and you'll hear it somewhere if you get out rotating around enough. The first time you hear it, you'll think of me, and you'll be like, "No, they need to stop that." So it's not too good.
That don't sound like a good mix anyway.
Not too good. No, it's like It's just, part of an old western. It's like twang.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. And I would say that's probably about.
So you need to stop. Like you say, you need to stop.
Yeah. Other than that, like
cut it out.
Man, when your DJ goes to jail, man, they don't want to hear you rap to them all day. If I go to jail again, don't rap to me. Don't rap to me all day. If you're another DJ out there, ask every DJ out there. When you're in jail, You don't necessarily want somebody just to rap to you the whole time you're in there. Like, we know, and that's cool, but you're probably going to do some kind of time. I'm doing a fucking weekend, and I'm going all of my fucking adventure, you know, and I don't want you to rap to me the whole time that you're in there because even though some people can rap, if you're not there and you don't have be going, if we're here and we're jamming, that's cool. But dude, if I'm in a situation and they got me, man, let me eat my fucking cereal, drink my fucking milk, whatever they fucking push through that fucking door, and let me do my day, my weekend, my week, whatever it is. Let me do that shit in peace, man.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah. I've done this long enough. I had people, their kid brothers would come out to the car, and they got their phone, and they want to rap to you over the phone. And that's all right, but like we're on the way, like we're probably on the way to a studio or on the way to a show. Like I promise, if you see me, that's what I'm on the way to fucking do. To a show, to a fucking studio, to a fucking to do something, and they ain't fucking sitting there talking to you, dude. And so,
right,
as it happens, time passes, and now that kid is a grown person, and he raps and he performs locally in the area, and that's all worked out great. So sometimes it does work out, but sometimes it is wasting a motherfucking time, dude. If I don't see you out there with your name on the flyer and you're not doing shows and stuff, we're not in the same conversation. That's all it comes down to. If you just, if you got a couple of tracks and maybe your friends think they're hot or whatever, like that's cool, man. Because if I don't bump into you backstage, we're not having that conversation. Let's talk about the weather or something, you know. So where I
yeah,
fucking live and where I fucking work, they fucking put it in. They fucking put in the work. The people I fucking bump into and have conversations with are fucking people that fucking put it on. And I appreciate everybody, but that's what happens as you get more serious about it. So, you spend your time, doing that, and you watch so many people that have these wonderful talents but don't do anything with it. They have a wonderful talent, and they, are locked up for beating up their girlfriend for another weekend, or they caught on some meth charges again, or man, they got their baby mom taken away, or they living in a shed. What the fuck, dude? You living in a shed now?
mhm,
Dude,
right,
any of that shit. Don't rap to me if you're living in a shed, bro. You got priorities fucked up. That's it.
right.
Yeah, man. So I live out in the country, like Vito says, man. It's country down here. All that shit
Yeah,
that goes
no, I
on,
believe
man.
it.
Yeah, man. That's why, I was process of being honored, to come up there. I know you guys interview a lot of serious artists. I watch some of them interviews and stuff. I'm a huge fan of
Oh man, we appreciate that, man. No, we're
doing
glad to have you on. Like I'm having a good time with it, cause yeah,
Oh, yeah. Let's try to come up there in December, man. Put me on. I come up there. I'll bring my gear. I'll fucking mix down. Send you some music. I'll mix some. I'll send you
Yeah,
back a
get at us when
mixtape.
you come to Detroit for sure. Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna be there all the time, dude. Where I live, like, man, there ain't nothing here. Anywhere else that I go, I know that I can say, well, I was
what
good
the
enough to hold
heck
it
are
down.
you doing? Like,
I played Potcast twice. Fucking put me on, motherfucker. And most of the places that I apply for, I do get. I don't apply for every festival, but if it's something cool that I like, I usually get it. I usually make a mix for it, and I usually get the fucking gig, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I don't mind. I have a lot of fun doing it. I meet a lot of cool people, and try and encourage others so they can do it too,
Listen very closely. I'm going to be very to the point.
Hell yeah.
All right. Sending this to the
If you
artist.
just tuning in, we got Lil Dready Boy in the building. Make sure you check out his music down there in the description and shit. And if you catch the replay, you gotta catch the replay if you just tuning in. Cause I see we got some more viewers popping in and shit. Shout out to everybody that's watching this shit. Much love.
Yeah. Hey, give a shout out. I think I got a couple viewers tuning in all the way from the Philippines, all the way General Trias Cavite. My friend Annie, she's gonna tune in and watch tonight. So I don't know how you find out where everybody tunes in from or whatever, but I know my friend Annie's gonna tune in out there and watch. I've been talking to a girl out there, man. You get busy, man. You get busy in your life. I don't have time really to take some girl out. She's gonna see if I got the money and a fancy car. If I don't have a fancy job, I do just this. The old boys, I just do music, and man, when you first meet somebody, they're like, "Oh, that's cool. You throw parties for a living." after about a month of fucking doing that, they're like, "Oh my god, all you do is fucking throw parties for a living." Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's it. That's
Life of
Yeah,
life
word.
of
I
this
started.
business.
Yeah, man. When I started, I made a commitment with others in the room. In the room, and we were like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna play with the fucking Wild Bunch, Charlie Burger, all these fucking people that I started, that just local rappers that are either in jail or didn't put the fucking boots on the ground, and now I just fucking kept doing it. I just kept showing it up and kept fucking doing it. I was like, man, let's just see how far. Just see how far.
Keep
I played
pushing. Keep doing your grind. Keep up doing your craft. And,
the Ohio International Film Festival. I played as far west as like Provo, Utah, fucking all the way to Crestone, Colorado. When they legalized marijuana, I went to every state that they legalized marijuana and played some fucking music. Fucking DJ, played my guitar, wherever the fuck I could. Open mic, wherever the fuck they was to have me. I just fucking,
yeah.
Let's go.
Practice out there and try to
It is,
meet
yeah.
people, try to connect them. Next time I come through, I gotta get on a paid gig and things like that. We're gonna find out who got the sound system, got the solar powered sound system with the drones and the desert and shit. Look, I want to know. That took 3 years to find out, by the way. 3 years going out to the
Right.
Crest.
That's what's up, man. Yeah.
But Honey Parker, man, they got a solar powered fucking sound system. Fucking a lot of fun. I got a chimney, bag full of weed home. All free music, man. I played the little brewery out there. I fucking, my buddy Daniel, he hosts the open mic out there. My buddy David, he hosts open mic and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, why you come through and play some music? He's like, yeah, all right, I got you on a little gig, man. Come on through. And
Oh yeah.
It kept coming back,
That's what's up, man. Yeah.
Like all the come back, I'll be back. I'm like now, in case it snows, I don't go all the way out there,
To my marriage.
To your gang.
Right, yeah.
You start my game.
I think we got Brother King X's nephew in the mix.
All right. I love having a little family though, man. That's important too.
No, for sure, man. We actually, that's what I was gonna say. Like, like if you've done the interviews before, which I'm sure you have and stuff, we try and make it a little bit different. And we hope you're having a good time with us too.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I watch some other shows.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. We try to do it like that. We chop it up, and like really, we're not journalists, as we say. Yeah.
They kind of are, and I want to support
this
that.
This ain't Fed TV.
Yeah, but you
Fed
got
TV. Yeah, it ain't Fed TV. Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I call Blad TV. I call Blad TV Fed TV.
Man, but don't catch stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nothing to stop out, and I'm looking for 231 more after that, man. And I want to just encourage. I'm gonna connect with some other people that I feel like maybe might be able to kind of show them and just try to connect and vibe, man. They're kind of connected to the scene and all that.
I like that. Yeah, I love to grow together. Yeah,
man. That's good stuff for me, man.
Yeah. But for sure, it sounds like you got like multiple trades and everything like that too. So it's like like you a DJ,
Right.
music.
The next time you can do that. I just want to show you, and then, if anybody has any questions about 3D printing or MIDI mapping or any of that, just get a hold of me. This is all stuff that I kind of taught myself and that you can teach yourself too. And like I said, I started off with fucking...
Any links too, let us know, because that's what we try and do is like we can promote that, like whatever. We don't hold nobody back,
Most of my stuff on Facebook. I got some weird videos I made on YouTube and all that stuff. I'm on Mixcloud and SoundCloud, all that. But
all right,
yeah. Gotta wait for your thing to start back up.
Weird videos. You mean like kind of like do some comedy shit or what? Like
so I work with my buddy Harry Becker. No, so my videos sometimes it's a video of like us in the studio. There's a couple of videos I made that were like for a rock band or something like that. I put out like 7 albums on my independent record label one time, and then I've done all kinds of And I started off doing art
See, that's
shows.
what's up, man. That's what we try and do. We try and celebrate anybody who comes on here. That's what we try and do. You know, we don't hold nobody back, and
Really,
just
to
like
be honest, man,
whatever you do.
I'm
Even if you got to tell us like you were a wrestler at one time, we'll do that. You know.
Yeah, no, none of that stuff. But I've always been involved in art and music my whole life. So I have a certificate in like three-dimensional design and ceramics, things like that. Like making cardboard or paper
That's dope.
mache. And I just use some of those skills. So I do prop making and things like that for rave. When we did our Super Mario rave, I was able to make some cardboard cutouts of like the Mario in a 3D.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, no, that's what's up. See, like, you know, that's what I mean. We want to promote that kind of, you know, like, yeah.
You know, like I said, so where I live, you know, I kind of out of the country, you know, there's is a real powerful thing, and so addiction kind of takes most of the, you know, they took most of the people I grew up with, and they still take most of the youth out here, and so for me, getting involved in art and stuff was a way to stay away from that, to fight away from that. Like all my friends were already breaking and entering and manufacturing and all that kind of stuff, and I just wanted to do it. I wanted for something different, and I just try to connect with others outside of my immediate area. And so that's when I started, you know, connecting, you know, through music and having art shows and things like that, and I've just continued to
That's
do
dope.
that.
I mean, because I heard that overused term, but I did always like it was the, you know, like, you know, music's my anti-drug, you know, comedy's my anti-drug, you know, so it's like, yeah.
And so while my friends were busy, you know, doing prison time or whatever, I was been busy building a career, trying to get my name out there.
I'm sure everybody wants to eat.
A lot of hard work. It's taken a lot of time to be recognized by, you know, people far away. Detroit, Michigan.
Big time props to you on that too, you know, because you know, I relate. It's not easy, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, he called himself waving at y'all.
Hi.
What
up, though?
What up, there, little man?
That's good.
Yeah, what up, though?
Hey, these the keys to your cars. Tell them what cars these go to.
To my G-Wagon and my Tesla.
And your Tesla.
Your McLaren.
I thought you were microchip.
G-Wagon.
Yeah, 2 G-Wagons.
2 G-Wagons.
Yeah.
You still got the Lamborghini?
No, Lamborghini Cherokee.
You sold it?
No. Like, and Carter had Lamborghini.
And where'd it go? Can we
Carter
borrow?
Where'd it go?
Carter had a secret room.
Where you get your cars from?
From the ship.
From the dealership?
You manifest it, baby, you'll fucking get it.
Like,
Yeah.
From the back.
So, Lil Dready Boy, if you don't mind us asking him, I mean, since we get a little bit sentimental, you're like, we down to earth, you know, it's like you coming in, you know, it's like you coming to visit, you know, like in the house. You got kids and all that, like family and all?
No, I got one maybe question mark out there, but a girl, you know, she won't really have nothing to do with her. Her name's Kyle Jones, and she may or may not have either my kid or my best friend's kid. We don't really know, but they ended up married and we didn't, so we say probably.
And I hope that wasn't too intrusive of a question either.
It's been a complicated thing. So when she in Illinois, you know, the women have most of the rights. So when she first became fine, but after argument or whatever, next thing I know, she pops up and rather than just
I can relate, my brother. Yeah, I can relate. I had a similar situation. Yeah.
Like I'm trying to I don't know
I'm trying to put you on my neck.
and they know where to find. And if you Google and press that button, it calls my phone. Your viewer can Google Lil Dready Boy Productions right now and hit that button and it will answer call my phone right now.
I'm doing a horsey rant.
You're doing a horsey rant.
So I'm not hard to find, and I'm not going to fight. And in a few more years, that child will be old enough that she can.
Yeah.
And people will be like, well, you know, either that's my kid or it's not. Like, whoa, you look like your daddy, or they, you know.
Yeah, good.
See, that's what you talking about. I can say, like, man, between you and me, like, you know, right here is like I can relate. You know, I'm here, as, you know, like, you ever want to chat it up or something like that. You know, been through similar situation. What you talking about? We could talk about another.
So when it first happened, you know, I kind of went around and talked to some lawyers and stuff. They all wanted more money than I had on hand, and most of the advice they gave me was try to sue the police court to sue her and all that, and it was just going to be a big hassle and fight.
You're a big dog still.
Just let her be, and if that gives her more peace for me to be out of the situation, then that happens, or
Real talk, yeah.
she's responsible for it. He chose to be out of the situation and to leave me out of the situation, and nothing, you know, any little problem that we had in the 9 months we were together couldn't have been enough for, you know, the 10 years of all this that's been. And she thinks it is.
What you do? Yeah, no, I know. We got kind of talking code. I know. Like, yeah, no, I relate. You know. Brother, yeah, so I was gonna say, like, definitely. I don't know if you're active on Facebook because I know you and Gutta hooked up first, but yeah, you can look me up as Blatonio Todd. Send me a friend request or tell me.
So what I've just been able to, you know, connect. My family are the people that I meet during music. I might see somebody, you know, once or twice a year, but that's my family. With Strange Love Productions.
No, you feel like you know.
Give me your ear.
Is too nice in the chat too. The homie is too nice. Shout out.
Oh, it is what up? Salute. Yeah.
Is too nice.
He said, "Happy birthday, brother King X."
Happy birthday, brother King. Yes, of course.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah. And so that's one of the things that I've tried to use music for, is to be able to connect. I don't come from a big family. I have two twin sisters that from kind of a in our lives or anything like that, and so I use music. Use music to find my tribe and stuff. Northern Lights Crew, Chicago, Illinois. That's part of my tribe right there. Northern Lights Crew. You know, it kind of me in. You know,
it's like, you know, like our anti-drug, and it's also our, you know, like thing that prevents us from, you know, knocking people out and getting in trouble with the law sometimes. That's you know.
Anti-drug is on my back.
You get beat up over there MMA style, brother King X. UFC shit.
No, he's trying to get on my neck.
But no shit. Yeah, we already 2 hours in. I know we had to start over again because of some technical difficulties on the first one. But I want to make sure you get everything out there. I want to make sure you shout out everybody you want to shout out. You put your shit out there, everything out there. Everything contacting. I want to make sure we don't miss nothing and shit. Like,
no, really, we're good. I mean, shout out to everybody that supported the project along the way. Really, Ben Dodger, Northern Lights Crew, Ian Strange from Strange Love Productions. Shout out Big Z from the Nappy Roots for putting me on. All of them motherfuckers. Shout out Drill Jackson for tuning in tonight. And man, that's it,
what's
man.
up.
I appreciate you guys having me out. I appreciate all my family having connected to music, man.
We appreciate you coming on, man. Like, definitely, you know, these cool people, and yeah, we rock with you, homie. Yeah, for real.
See you again, and I'll be back in and let you know where I've been since the last time I talked to you, man. I can't wait to see you guys up there in December when I come up through.
Likewise, man. You don't want to hit one of us up, you know, like for me in particular, like if you want to like chop it up something.
All our numbers are down there in the description too. And shit. When you come to Detroit, hit us up, though. We definitely can smoke down.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Or AZ, you know, like AZ. Yeah.
All right, let's see. I got my stuff here. All right, thanks so much. I don't know how to do that now.
Oh, no, absolutely, man. No, it's been our pleasure having you on, man.
Most definitely, most definitely.
All right, I'm gonna turn it off. I think. Let's see.
Make sure y'all check out Lil Dready Boy, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't sleep
no,
on
check
him.
it out.
He does it all and shit, and he's available. Make sure you Make sure you check them, all right?
Thank you guys so much.
Oh no, like
Check
our
all
players.
our trays.
All right. I can turn off my camera
Oh.
then.
No, I know how to. Yeah, like the first time I was on, I was trying to find out how to get off of there too.
Yeah, hit the phone button.
Okay,
all right. Gotta hang up the combo.
Yeah, so we're gonna close out right now, all of us.
Yeah, we about to jump up out of here. I did find you, Lil Dready Boy, on YouTube.
I want to shout out, Lil Dready Boy. I want to
skip
shout
through a
out
couple of these and like
for the
share
King
it.
my nephew, also, and Gutta.
What up, though? Yeah. Shout out to Lil Dready Boy. I mean, that was kind of like a quick dip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was one of the quick
I was gonna say we're taking it back because we haven't done that in a while. Just having a person, to have a voice, like hungry, like the rest of us is, and bring it back. So,
and like that's when we celebrate all genres. You know what I'm saying? All genres, all elements and shit. We don't hate on nobody and shit. No hate this way. So you motherfucking haters can just you know who you are. And that shit, that pay for play shit, it ain't gonna pay off in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it ain't.
Because you got to do that shit organically. Oh yeah, make sure you check out 3YT, Royce the 5'9's co-signs and produce the new lyrical rap group 3YT, and they actually got bars. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check them out. Most definitely. But, Brother King X, it's his birthday. We played the track once. I'm gonna play it again. Plus, I played the track that I got on the of course during the starting soon and shit. But we gonna play the greatest. My brother King X again because it is Brother King X's birthday weekend, y'all. So let's go ahead and
holler at him. Yeah, if he's your friend on Instagram anywhere, hit him up.
Yeah,
let him know.
I posted that flyer you made, Blatonio, and it's been getting bad love. People posting around here. And I pinned this track to the top, so make sure y'all go subscribe, share it around, check it out, it's bumpy.
Run them plays up, run them plays up. Get at me on Spotify.
Yes,
Little boy, come. Get at me on Spotify up under Brother King X. I'm a monthly subscriber, become a listener, iTunes, everything.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my brother.
Let's jump into this track, The Greatest, by Brother King X on the Hood Smoker Podcast. Let's get it. What I'm saying. And I was gonna, I thought about doing something, but I want to wait, dog. I want to surprise them. I want y'all to just stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified, because we don't just go live, so you can be notified when we go live, but when we drop content, because we got some things going on. And to that motherfucker out there, it ain't over. It ain't over. And if you feel like that's if we talking about you, we ain't sneak dissing or nothing, but we just there's a couple people out there. But we know who the suspect motherfucker is. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and fuck it. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the one video. Yeah, tell a fib. I think we might have found your pops, yo.
Oh,
I think we might have found your pops, tell a fib. Hold up. Let's see. Let me see if I can I'm gonna pull up this little short just so y'all can see what we got coming.
Yeah. We got some stuff to talk. Yeah. Anybody following the series?
Yeah, he should have never stuck his nose in where it didn't belong. He trying to be what he ain't. He trying to pay to play. I ain't got to say his name because you're going to see him right here on the screen. I'm about to play this little clip right here. And shout out to Stretch Money. Shout out Monty Chris. Let's go.
Salute. And salute,
the gangster with
all the aliens.
Don't be at me.
Aaron Villain.
Because the next time you at me, when you look up, I'm going to have a dick pic in your DM. Don't fucking play with me. Don't be at me neither. Because the next time you at me, so don't be at me neither. Because the next time you at me, when you look up, I'm going to have a dick pic in your DM. Don't fucking play with me.
Don't at him, dog, for real.
Don't be at me
that's
neither.
Some old gay ass, whack ass, dog. Not to dog anybody that's part of that. The gay guy, I don't dog the gay community or whatever and shit, but I mean, this dude is something else. Dog face cartoon is goofy, so goofy. Wait, what he say? Yeah, wait till we just getting started, dog. We've been telling y'all about him. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up since it's fucking day one and shit. So, and now it's out
And
there.
the speakers they are stealing our lingo too.
Yeah, for real. You trying to jock the way we talk, the way we run our shit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But we ain't got to pay to play. You know what I'm saying? So, our shit
Yeah.
all
So
over.
you ain't got.
I don't get no gift for that.
Game card.
Shout out Blatonio, Todd, Brother King X. Shout out everybody. D Cocker, what up though? It's too nice. What up though? Time Walker AD. Make sure you subscribe before you dip up out of here if you didn't already. Everybody that tuned in, I appreciate it. Shout out to Lil Dready Boy. And much love to everybody. We got DUK again. Shout out to Dogmatic. We got Dogmatic and his sons DUK in the building. Coming up next Wednesday. So make sure you tune in for that. And stay tuned, like I said, hit that notification bell because we got a lot of other shit that's going to be coming during the week that y'all going to want to see and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all a fan of the show, you know what I'm talking about. But anything y'all want to say before we jump out of here, Blatonio, Todd, and Brother King X?
Just salute everybody, like everybody who tuned in, whether I seen it in the comments because I don't always get to see. But, shout out Christopher Jordan. Shout out to all my brothers here. Dready Boy, Lil Dready Boy. And anybody I miss, it's not on purpose. It's I rock with y'all. Thank y'all. So.
Salute to everybody that tuned in, every guest, every person, everybody that's behind the scene. If I was out of the interview for a minute, y'all see I was preoccupied with the little one.
Right. No, for real.
Yeah.
No, you came in right on time because I had to start it over. We had a little bit of technical difficulties and shit, but we got it right, everything right. And I'm glad we got it right the right time because it had last episode's fucking title and description. So we got it right now. This is the right title and description.
Oh, right. Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah. So I took the other one. I'm going to delete it off YouTube when they let me. But these lives, they got to go through, make sure we all good and shit and all that. So whatever it is, what it is. So far, we've been good with the comments and shit. Everybody been keeping it clean and shit, so that's good. But stay tuned. We got a lot of big things coming. December gonna be a big ass month too and shit. So stay tuned for that.
Detroit December, just to give a little bit of a hint.
But I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here, y'all. Fucking I'll talk to y'all. I'll hit y'all up in a little bit if y'all ain't doing shit. But peace to everybody that's tuned in.
Peace.
Much love to everyone that's out there. Peace. The Hood Smoker Podcast. Throw them H up. Shout out to Nick. But we out of here, y'all.
People's Parody.
Tell a fib. Hey, what up, though, Talib?
Hey, welcome to the People's Parody. Tell a fib, Talib.
This is the People's Parody. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, all right. Hey, tell your brother, quit calling us that bullshit, quit tagging us and shit in our names and shit, and put him in his place, dog.
I've been trying to work on that, but we're having sibling rivalry, and
right.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone
we'll see.
can get through to him, it's you, dog. We seen that. I mean, he's making posts about you on Instagram and everything dedicated just to you.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Well, get him in check, dog. This the Hood Smoker Podcast. Get ready, because tell a fib, I know you got some shit brewing that you're going to be dropping pretty soon, real soon. And I know the people waiting there. Get ready for more knowledge with Brother King X. There's a playlist. Make sure you check them out. It's all love. If you want to go back to see what I was doing during the pandemic and shit, check out the Street Reporter videos. I was out there. Blatonio's out. Much love, Brother King X. Happy birthday, dog. Got the flyer up there. Everybody been telling you happy birthday in the chat and shit. So, enjoy.
Thank you, everybody.
But I'll holler at you in a minute, dog. Much love, y'all. We out of here.
Peace out.
Peace. The Hood Smokers Podcast, baby. Episode 231 in the books, y'all. That's another one. Tune in for DUK this Wednesday, y'all.
What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast. the hottest #1 podcast based out of Detroit, Michigan. And now, with your hosts, Jay Gutta, Brother King X, Blatonio Todd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff. We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them, and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or two, maybe grab a brew and a snack for you, and leave behind your attitude, and get ready as we snap into the Hood Smoker Podcast.